Jones calls a timeout. Everybody's got to get out of this guy's way. Second half, and get the he scored it all. And a steal. It's the science show. It's the science show. You New York City fans, watch. Go to bed at night. Pray and pray and pray that he would wear a New York Knicks uniform. Turnover, dribble. Look out.
Bowman and Josie, look at this. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's trying to get too fancy.
Handed out by Tice. Rozier, Tatum.
Tougher. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy moly, Jim Bob Bowie. That's 21 for Bagley. They're on their feet here in Sacramento. Well, Marvin Bagley excited the fans, Jerry.
Oh, did he ever? How about calling for the ball to go up? And how about not the best pass from Yogi, but boy, how about this major wham jam by Marvin Bagley? The timing, the length, how about turning around in midair? And that is...
Drops it off to Nene, went right between his legs. Right back the other way now, Williams. Okafor. Oh, what a slam. And he's fouled.
I think the big fella is showing everybody, you know what, I got a little game now.
And a really nice pass, too, from Williams, dropping it off to Okafor.
He took off from the dotted line, the big fella says, you know what, went right through James Ennis.
Yes,
like, was that a mosquito or what is that? Gave him an elbow in the process.
Yes, he did. Okafor with a season high, his season high.
Oh, he's right. And the foul? Where's the foul? Forget the...
Just a little bit too much mustard on that pass. Giles, Bielitsa, Giles, let's have some fun. And a quick assist. Bagley to the baseline. Oh, Marvin Bagley. Oh, boy.
Sleep. Jackson on the drive with the stuff.
Well, how about that, Jerry?
What's going on, dudes and dudettes? And yes, this video will be packed with a bunch of highlights just because of how long it's been since I did the last video, because there's been just a lot of good highlights. But let's get into it. So Duke beat up on St. John's and Boston College. Once again, both games were pretty close at halftime. I think they're even losing to Boston College at the half, but of course they win by 20 to 30 points as usual. It's just good to see, but like I always say, it's gonna become different once it gets to March and the tournament, so hopefully they can turn that around and be a lot more consistent against some of the sneakier teams out there. Then other Duke news, of course, in the NBA, we had Marvin Bagley and Jason Tatum making the Rising Stars game, where it's usually the rookies against the second-year players. Obviously Tatum, the second-year player, and Marvin Bagley, the rookie. So awesome that those Duke players made it. Congrats to them. And also a little bit of Duke trade news, where Rodney Hood, the ex-small forward out of Duke, was being traded to Portland, where he'll also join Seth Curry, the other Curry brother that's up there from Duke, and also Gary Trent Jr., who's in the G League, I believe, for the Portland Trail Blazers out of Duke as well. So congrats to them, and yeah, some good news for Duke so far. And yes, the signing period came and went on Wednesday for the USC Trojans, the final guys they were going to add to the roster. Obviously, a bunch more defensive backs, whether it was safety or corners, because they basically lost 7 guys this past offseason. With guys were either graduating or deciding to transfer. And then also they only have 1 guy as a senior this year, so it'll be basically 8 in the last 2 years. So they had a stockpile, and they believe these guys are some of the better talented guys this year. So hopefully that can happen. I know they added a bunch the last couple years, and they were just redshirting or injured, so hopefully they can be a lot healthier for this next season coming up to help us out. Then also, like, the main guy I was really looking forward to was Kyle Ford, because he was going to end up being the highest rated player that USC ended up getting at wide receiver, I think, of even the whole entire class too. So glad he's still stuck with USC. We're just kind of waiting on another receiver, Puka Nacua out of Utah. He seems like he was going to make his decision like everybody else on Wednesday, but then they said he might make it today on Friday, but still haven't heard any word. So it's kind of weird and kind of sucks, because I think he's going to be a really talented player. And I just wish he was on USC instead of going to another Pac-12 school like Washington, Utah, Oregon. I know that those 3 at least are in his top teams, even BYU as well, who USC has to play the next 2 years in a home and home series. But it would suck if we have to play against him, but I just hope he ends up making a good decision. Not the correct in most people's cases, but the good decision. Then also they had 5 seniors basically added to the NFL Combine that were invited. So obviously Cameron Smith and Porter Gustin, the 2 linebackers, then Chuma Adoga, the offensive tackle, and then the cornerbacks / safeties, Marvell Tell and Iman Marshall. So good luck to them. Hopefully they can up their draft stock. Seems like they're all not being selected until the 3rd round, which kind of sucks for them, but they are very talented players, so it's going to be a steal either way, in my opinion, to whoever gets them. Then also this last Sunday with the Super Bowl, there was 3 Trojans playing in it. Justin Davis, the running back, Robert Woods, wide receiver, and the cornerback, Nickel Roby-Coleman, out of USC for the Rams, but they did end up losing, which sucked. But Woods did have a pretty good game with 75 yards. I think they just kept going to him too much on 3rd down. It was just too obvious, and if you had a little bit more of a game plan to get the ball to him, like how USC did in their games, then they would have done a lot better, in my opinion. It wasn't that great of a Super Bowl. I think everybody's agreed with that, but hopefully it'll get better once the draft gets here. So ex-USC linebacker Brian Cushing, he's going to be an assistant / strength and conditioning coach for the Houston Texans next year. So I'm glad he's still somewhat connected with the at least NFL or some way in shape in football. Too bad he couldn't be the strength and conditioning coach for USC, but we all know he did get suspended a few times from the NFL because he was taking a performance-enhancing drug at times. So that would suck if all of USC's players they'd have to forfeit games because they were taking some stuff that their coach gave them. But good luck to him. And also ex-USC players getting a chance to coach. Talamaiova and Chris Hawkins, they've been added to the coaching staff at USC for football, which is pretty cool. Hopefully they can do some stuff. They're pretty good leaders while they were here. And then also with the other bit of USC news, they're asking about Lynn Swann, if he's basically killing USC right now, just not being able to manage all sports. I just think maybe they need a guy who's a little bit more in tune with that instead of an ex-player or just an ex-Trojan guy like that. You need somebody who knows what they're doing and is fully committed, probably, just because I think he was even going through all this troubling time with trying to figure out if they're going to get any of these high school guys. For signing day, he was up at Pebble Beach doing golf and stuff instead of trying to focus on the big important time of the year for USC football. But we'll see how this goes. Should be very, very interesting.
it come. Like he's shooting layups.
Indiana shooting 60% from the field, and that's James down the lane. We've seen him over the years in a Heat uniform, in a Cavaliers uniform. He can take over a game.
It's a Hall of Fame. And you can't say it anymore. That's a Hall of Fame. Miles thinks he can get back. But before he knew it, LeBron James was in the rim.
James played 40-plus minutes.
Irving's pass picked off. James ahead for Ingram. Back to James. Oh, what a beautiful play.
Fast break points. That's how the Celtics are making, the Lakers are making this run now. And it's been LeBron facilitating, I believe,
his first field goal. Got a good one here at TD Garden. Boston's up by 6 where they were. As Caldwell Pope able to knock down a 3. Irving's pass picked off. Ingram able to move it across. Both teams are over the limit. Lakers 1 timeout remaining. Celtics with 2. James guarded by Irving. Lost the dribble off his foot. Able to save it. Back it goes to James. He fires it. Hits the 3. That ties the game at 1:24. Irving throwing it down low. And with a battle for that loose ball, foul is called. Rondo looking. And it's batted away by Smart to the backcourt and handled by Caldwell Pope.
Good job by Luke Walton taking the early timeout. It's more important they get a good bucket.
And here is James giving it up to Rondo. Ingram. Kuzma for 3 and the lead. Kyle Kuzma from downtown. Haywood throws it. Irving played by Ingram. There's Irving on the drive. Goes glass and hits. Boston by 1.
Celtics have to push it. Look for the pick and roll and someone to the corner.
Down to 7 seconds. Here's Ingram. He got the step. Shot blocked by Horford. Here's Rondo. He scores! Buzzer! Oh! A stutter as the Lakers coming off the 42-point loss, coming off all the trade speculation, come to Boston and defeat the Celtics 129-128 on a last-second shot by the one-time Celtic, Rajon Rondo.
And some light Chargers news. So the Stars safety, in my opinion, rookie Derwin James, somehow did not win Defensive Rookie Player of the Year. He did go to Darius Leonard, who was another guy that I was pretty interested in, but I don't think they even had a chance in the second round to get him. He's a linebacker out of the Colts, so congrats to him, but definitely I think anybody would still take Derwin James top 5 even over that guy, in my opinion. But now on to insane Laker news, as you saw from that freaking highlight show and so many dunks this past week, and then that incredible finish to that awesome game last night against the Celtics. That's why obviously I'm wearing the Laker purple today, the only purple shirt I have. But yes, they did beat the Clippers the other day when LeBron finally returned back from missing 17 games from injury. Then I believe they did lose to Philadelphia at one point. I don't know when that was, but they do play them again this Sunday, so that should be really cool. And then they lost to Indiana by 42. So of course, I think that was more to do with the trade deadline and a lot of these guys not knowing who's still going to be on the team and if they even are still wanted on the team. But we'll get into the trades that the Lakers ended up making a little bit later. But I believe that's the main reason why they lost by so much. And then they came out. They were actually losing the Boston game by 18 at one point, but luckily they fought back and were able to get that W, especially for Rondo to be able to get that game-winning shot against his team that he started with for his first 8 or 9 years. So that's always really cool. Then LeBron had jumped up the list of all-time scoring. So I believe he's now number 5, and he's going to pass up Michael Jordan pretty close in about a month or so, in my opinion. And then he could pass Kobe if he just goes on a crazy hot streak this year, but obviously he's going to get it within his next 3 years with the Lakers in his contract. So good luck to him. It's pretty amazing, obviously chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan, as he said before. Then the other day against the 76ers, the only positive thing was that Brandon Ingram did have his career high at 36 points, which was good, but obviously I think he could be a better player on a different team other than with LeBron, but that's just my opinion. I think that's why they had to make some trades, which they didn't make, which sucked. But then also Kyle Kuzma and Lonzo Ball, they were both selected to the Rising Star Challenge as well for the Lakers, so that's cool. The rest of them, hopefully they'll be able to be healthy enough to play. Sorry, I got eating a banana. I'm trying to not get sick. At least I have the next couple days to help myself out. But yeah, just definitely try not to get sick. But yes, the Lakers trades that they made earlier was Reggie Bullock from the Pistons. He's like top 5 in 3-point shooting this year, so obviously they needed that. And they had to give up, sadly, Svi Mykhailiuk, the rookie they got in the second round, and I believe a second-round pick to get back to the Pistons. I think he does have a lot of talent, but you need help right away, and they weren't obviously playing Mykhailiuk as much as they should have been, in my opinion, but at least he got a guy that I was projecting and hoping that they would get. That's at least a good sign, but they did make an interesting trade with the Clippers, which they haven't done it since like the 80s, make a trade with the Clippers, but they did get Muscala, who the Clippers had traded for like the day before or something like that, from the 76ers, but he's also like a guy who's 6'9 plus, who can shoot the 3 ball and help you rebound because of his height, but he's an interesting player. They did have to give up Michael Beasley and one of my favorite younger players, Ivica Zubac, which kind of sucks because he always wanted to be a Laker and was starting to become a really good player. And yeah, I don't know. They just thought JaVale McGee and Tyson Chandler were the answer for the near future, which kind of sucks, like I said, but we'll just have to go with their word. In the last bit of Lakers news, there was they kept calling it like an altercation or very loud shouting and yelling, and players having to be restrained from Luke Walton, the coach of the Lakers, because some veterans were fighting and arguing with him. That included Michael Beasley, JaVale McGee, and probably like another 1 or 2 players, but then they all came out saying it wasn't that serious. Obviously somebody blew it out of proportion. Maybe the person that reported it just heard it and didn't really see it, but obviously they were very frustrated when it was the game that was Indiana, and maybe before that as well. I forget what time it was when that had happened, because it's just been a while, but maybe that's the reason why Michael Beasley was traded. You never know. But it's not like he was really ultimately helping the team with wins anyways. I understand why they made the trade, because they needed a stretch 5 guy that was a bit more productive than him. Then in USC basketball news, they did beat Washington State the other day, which was good. They did lose another game this week, so hopefully it gets better from here on. Then another ex-USC basketball player, Nikola Vucevic, was selected to the All-Star team, so congrats to him. That's very cool. I believe he's playing on Team Giannis. They did the picks with Team LeBron and Team Giannis, and he's on Giannis' team, so good luck to him. Congrats to him, obviously. And then, what was the very last thing? I think it was not this week, but last week, I want to say. That's how old a lot of the shizzle is that last week was like the 25-year anniversary of Dookie, Green Day's basically second album, because they did have one that was like an EP that came out before that, but definitely their first like regular studio album. And I was like a little over 3 at the time, and yeah, that album has stuck with me, especially a lot of the songs. I mean, I still think When I Come Around on that album is better than Basket Case or Welcome to Paradise, Longview, in my opinion, obviously, but those are all just even 4 great songs off that album, and there's obviously more, but it's just great how long they've stuck it out, especially throughout my whole entire life so far, and hopefully they can continue. I was close to seeing them, I think it was last year, but had to change plans, but maybe at some point in the near future we'll be able to see them again, or have a chance to see them again. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. And yes, I didn't want her to do it, but I got some new sandals from my girlfriend because mine were just beat up, and yes, and I finally got some new sandals, so they're very comfortable. Got used to them already, and thank you very much. So like I say, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day.